What's going on, Aurora Alliance, and welcome to a breakdown of the Star Wars Battlefront 2 campaign trailer. And in this trailer I'm also going to be showing you a few things that you might have missed on your times of viewing the trailer. But before we get fully into this video, let me know down in the comment section below if I do miss anything in this trailer that you have spotted. And if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to join the Aurora Alliance, be kept up to date with Battlefront 2 content, and see exclusive gameplay videos in the future. But now, let's dive into the Star Wars Battlefront 2 campaign trailer breakdown. So we're going to start from the beginning, as you would normally do, and go right the way through until the end. I'm going to skip out a few things as they don't really tell us anything new, and we have already seen them multiple times before. So the first shot of interest is the Rebel Alliance ships, with what looks like a U-wing actually beneath it, confirming again their presence in Star Wars Battlefront 2. It's cool to see them there, and I must admit I love this shot. The colours and everything are fantastic. The trailer overall looks amazing. Next we get to see Iden's ID-10 Seeker droid, which is basically the Inferno Squad's R2-D2. It can shock enemies, as we know from campaign gameplay, but it can also open doors and provide assistance, like helping Iden break out of the cell she's in and escaping the rebel ship that we get to see. The next shot is of the Imperial Raider class corvette, otherwise known as the Corvus, which is the Inferno Squad's home away from home. It also looks like we get to see Operation Cinder in this shot, but I'm going to cover that more later in this video. The next shot is the Corvus actually landing on Vardos, or what looks like Vardos, with what looks like the Operation Cinder satellites striking down onto the surface of Vardos in the background of this shot. But you must be asking yourself, why would the Empire attack Vardos with Operation Cinder when Vardos is very well known to be an Empire supporting planet? Well, we'll break that down a little bit later in this video as well. The next shot is of the second Death Star, which we have seen before, and then we go on to seeing what looks like an Imperial officer giving an order to send the Inferno Squad down to Endor's surface, with the Death Star battle actually going on behind him. You can see a few explosions there. We then get a couple of shots of the Battle of Endor, a few we have already seen, but then we also get 1 or 2 seconds of Inferno Squad gameplay actually on Endor, which is really cool. I can't wait to get to play as these guys in Star Wars Battlefront 2. The next shot is the full team of the Inferno Squad, helmetless after the destruction of the second Death Star. Iden Versio, Del Micro, and Gideon Hask. These are the members of the Inferno Squad and who you will be playing as in Star Wars Battlefront 2 alongside heroes like Kylo Ren and Luke Skywalker. The next shot we get to see Vardos and the Star Destroyer, and this Star Destroyer contains Admiral Garrick Versio and Iden Versio. Garrick Versio is Iden's father, and she is receiving her orders for Operation Cinder, which we have seen before, and he is also confirming the Emperor's death to her. The next couple of shots look really cool, which are the Inferno Squad flying through the Death Star 2 debris, which will be a multiplayer map in Battlefront 2. The Inferno Squad assembled on an unknown planet, which looks really cool again. And then a shot of inside of an Inferno Squad TIE Fighter, which we have seen before, but it still looks really cool and it's good to see it again. Then we get to see some cool campaign starfighter gameplay on what looks like to be Fondo, but that isn't confirmed. This is only a couple of seconds, we don't get to see too much, but I can't wait to play as the Inferno Squad in their Inferno Squad TIE Fighters in Battlefront 2. Then we get to see a quick shot, which we have already seen before, of Iden boarding a Rebel cruiser. And then it looks like she is opening fire on some rebels on what could be Vardos, but again, we do not know. We get to see some rebels actually explode after this as well. Then we get to see what looks like an explosion on Bespin, and if you actually look to the bottom left corner of this image, you will see a Beldon again, confirming that this explosion is on Bespin, and more specifically on a Tibana gas chamber on Cloud City, which is quite interesting, and I wonder how Bespin fits into the Star Wars Battlefront 2 campaign. In the next shot we get to see an Imperial shuttle heading towards a planet, which is possibly Pilio, but I'm not 100% sure about that. It could be Sullust due to the sort of glow of what looks like lights or lava or something, but to me, I expect Sullust to have more lava than this image, which is why I think it could be Pilio. In the next shot, we get to see Iden Versio talking to the Rebel Alliance, with C-3PO and possibly Nea Nub actually in this image, and this image also confirms the presence of aliens for the Rebel Alliance again. We get to see Quarren, a Duros, a Twi'lek, and then Nea Nub's race of a Sullustan, if that is not Nea Nub in the far right of this image. This could be Iden turning to the Rebel Alliance, or she could be an informant for the Rebel Alliance, we're not sure, or it could purely be an intercepted transmission that the Rebels have got hold of. The next shots show off an X-Wing crashing down into a ship during the Battle of Jakku. I'm pretty sure this is Jakku, and I can't wait to see how that planet fits into the Star Wars Battlefront 2 campaign. In the next shot, we get to see the Operation Cinder satellites again, which we know of thanks to a Sentinel droid talking to Iden Versio in a few trailers throughout the Star Wars Battlefront 2 build-up. Operation Cinder is a devastating satellite weapon system that can cause massive storms on planets and cause fatalities because of this, and it's going to be interesting to see what it's like in the game. Next up, we get to see an Inferno Squad TIE fighter, possibly Iden Versio herself, chasing down the Millennium Falcon on Takodana. I imagine at this point Han Solo still has possession of the Falcon, so it's going to be pretty cool to see that happen in the game. Next, we get a cool shot of Naboo Theed, which looks like some form of Imperial invasion is going on. There are also AT-ATs being delivered by Gizanti-class freighters, which we have seen in Star Wars Rebels, and it actually looks like Operation Cinder has been used on Naboo before this Imperial invasion happens, like in the comics, as there is smoke coming from certain areas of the city, possibly because of the storms. In the comics, the assault of Theed using Operation Cinder is thwarted by the Rebel Alliance though, so maybe we will get to see that firsthand in Star Wars Battlefront 2's campaign. The next shot confirms that Princess Leia, or General Leia, is on the ground in Theed wearing the outfit she often wears in the Star Wars comics, and it's really quite cool from my point of view to see Princess Leia, or General Leia, on the homeworld of her mother, Padme Amidala. One shot from earlier in this trailer actually could be the Inferno Squad heading to Naboo during the storms caused by Operation Cinder, but after that we see the Corvus landing on Vardos with the storms from Operation Cinder behind in the shot, so I'm not really sure whether the storms are being used on Vardos or Naboo in that particular shot. Next, we get really cool shots of Luke, which we have seen multiple times already in Star Wars Battlefront 2 trailers, and then a new one of General Leia. Will she be playable in the Star Wars Battlefront 2 campaign? I don't know, but we are now more aware of her presence in the campaign thanks to this trailer. She shows up quite a bit, so she could actually be playable, but we don't know yet. Then we get a really cool shot of Maz Kanata, who might actually be talking to Luke Skywalker, so we can get to learn the interactions between her and Luke, as he is playable in Battlefront 2, or she could even be talking to Iden Versio herself. For whatever reason, we don't know, but we can't 100% say exactly who she is talking to in this shot, but it's really cool to see her presence in Battlefront 2. In the next shot, it's pretty interesting because we get to see an AT-AT actually shoot at stormtroopers and an Imperial AT-ST, which to me confirms that we could see Operation Cinder used on Vardos, as Operation Cinder is about burning the Empire to the ground, which would explain why we see the storms on Vardos, as Vardos is very much an Imperial planet in the Star Wars universe, and maybe it is the Inferno Squad actually controlling this AT-AT and leading the attack during Operation Cinder on Vardos, we don't know. Or it could purely be the Rebels, as they could have captured some disruptors from the attack on Naboo and used them against the Empire and on Vardos, but this is pretty unlikely, as there would be a lot of fatalities and civilian casualties, which the Rebel Alliance don't normally go for. However, Operation Cinder being used on Vardos by the Inferno Squad would also explain why stormtroopers and AT-ATs in the next shot look like they're in combat on Vardos, but we don't know that for sure. It could also explain the lines in the trailer, "This is not our mission," and "I am your commander, stand down," if the Inferno Squad are actually using Operation Cinder on Vardos, and maybe Iden Versio is having cold feet, so she has changed her mind and is trying to get off Vardos, but her fellow Inferno Squad members aren't too happy she's doing that, so they're trying to sort of fight back against her. The remaining shots of this trailer we have seen before, and there is nothing really new to tell us anything new from this trailer, but the trailer does look like it focuses on the aftermath of the Battle of Endor, so most of the campaign is still unseen, which is really awesome. I want to know how the First Order fit into the campaign and how Kylo Ren does, as his presence and playability is confirmed for Battlefront 2. Like I said at the start of this video, let me know down in the comments section if I have missed anything from this trailer breakdown, and let me know if I have informed you of anything new that you weren't aware of before watching this video. Make sure to smash a like on this video if you have enjoyed it. It shows support for the channel and it is greatly appreciated. Also, if you're new, make sure to subscribe to join the Aurora Alliance, be kept up to date with Battlefront 2 content and see exclusive gameplay videos in the future. But other than that, may the Force be with you.